Beautiful people, just jumping on here and seeing how y'all doing today. I haven't been on this week, so uh, thought I'd get started right. Jump on here, chit chat, see what's good with everybody, and just talk. You know how I do, real talk, especially with my man Paul stuff, man. Paul got some stuff popping. Paul got me rolling, man. He got a lot of good bangers. I mean, the one he just posted is off the chain. Paul, man, I wish travel time with Paul. I wish I could have jumped on that live, man, because you had some good. You always got some good real content to me, for real. Every time I check your content out, I mean, it's telling the truth. Like you can't go somewhere and not be your own person or be, um, you know, in tune with what's going on around you and learning, your environment and learning your situation. You can't be a passport clown, jump out there and not know the rules and not know how things go. Because I mean, when you think about it, and I'm just referring to your video, Paul. It's like when you got a guy that comes out to Pattaya or any part of Thailand or any country at that, and don't know the rules. I mean, it had to be a whole lot more serious to it because if a girl want to stab you, he had to physically hit her. You know what I mean? He had to physically do something to her too to make her get to that point, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because I feel like a woman wouldn't just grab a knife to kill you or to stab you if you didn't actually physically hit her or do something. You know what I'm saying? Like out of the way. And I've heard a whole lot of stories too about situations with 304s or situations with people out there and stuff like that. But that's their issue because that's what they want. That's what they looking for. You know, um, and that's crazy. You know what I mean? It's crazy when Paul posted that joint. I was like, that's real. Like I said, it was a whole Diddy situation. Like or like I said, and then whoever the company is put the footage out there, sold the footage or whatever. They probably made a little grip off the footage, for putting it out there. But really, tell you the truth, you don't really need no world star. You don't really need no, certain situations or whatever to know that that's what it is or that's what's going on. You know what I mean? Because we already know. We know a lot of the foolishness that's going out there because of the foolishness that the West brings. You know what I mean? And I know, I think Paul was saying he was from, Chicago or somewhere out there, from here, from the U.S. You know what I mean? The whole point is you can live how you choose to live in Thailand. You know what I'm saying? You could choose to live a quiet life. You could choose to live a mid life, like have some excitement, travel, meet people and all that. Or you could live just a straight out heathenistic debauch life and get and reap the consequences of it or for it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all in what you choose as a human being, as a person, as to what you want your life to be. Whatever country, it doesn't matter what country you're in. We choose our destiny. We choose what we want to do. We choose the outcome in a sense. You know what I mean? So I mean I appreciate all of that content. I mean it's like you gotta understand you can't just be out here running rancid or random and thinking you're not gonna get random results or random situations or random problems. You know what I mean? That's where anywhere you go, the grass is not greener anywhere. The grass is all the same. Y'all feel me? The grass is the same wherever you go. It don't matter. Nothing changes. It's gonna be the same anywhere you go. Um, I don't understand. Like, I'm trying to figure out what's up with my chat, but it's all good. I'm gonna try to see what's going on with the chat, with my chat, and go ahead from there and just do my videos or whatever, and try to get my chat up and going. Because for the simple fact that still trying to get the hang of all of the YouTube situation and all of that. But the whole basis of the moral of the story is, man, you can't think that you're gonna go in another country and be the boss. You can't think that you're gonna go to another country when you don't know the language, you don't know the customs and all of that, and think that you are a prize. You can't go there with the mindset of doing what you want. You know what I mean? You got to come with the mindset of learning the culture. You learn the culture first. Treat people with respect, and don't treat them all as 304s, or don't treat them as they're insignificant. Treat them with respect. If you treat people with respect, you're gonna get respect. If you move disrespectful, you're gonna get disrespectful results. I mean, that's not hard to tell. But yeah, I know some people get on my feed, take clips, take videos, stuff like that, and and hopefully they learn from some of the stuff I'm talking about. Hopefully, they do. If they don't learn much from what I say, then it is what it is. My stuff ain't really educational; it's just intuitive to give you an idea of situations or whatever. I mean, I could tell you about Amsterdam. I could tell you about uh, uh, Greece. I could tell you about Thailand because I spent a month and 2 weeks there. I could tell you about um, just different parts of Greece. I could tell you about Morocco. I could tell you about a couple of countries that I've stayed at least a month or so in. Um, just saying, man, I'm not no uh, I'm not flaunting or flexing or saying this and that. I only been in like probably 10 or 11 countries. I don't care about you know being a super duper world traveler or claim to be. Man, I just do what I do that's gonna relax me, that's gonna ease my mind, and it's gonna help me make a decision on where I would want to be personally, where I would want to live, whether it's Sao Paulo, Brazil, or wherever else. I'm not following the tourists. I'm not following tourist attractions. I've been to Rio de Janeiro before. Um, all of that kind of. I've been in a lot of places. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, is what you choose to do for yourself. You know, and oh yeah, I ain't that fat, yo. I got a little muscle. I got a little muscle on here. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, don't get it twisted. I got a little muscle on me. But like I said, and I'm a big dude. Like I'm a big dude, but at the same time, I carry myself well, and it's just my self esteem and my confidence that gets me where I get, regardless of what, and my smile. But at the end of the day, y'all, you gotta love yourself, man. Love yourself more. Love yourself enough. Love yourself more. If you love yourself more and you love yourself well, you'll be able to love someone else more. How about that? If you love and care for yourself first and love and care for yourself more, you'll be able to love and care for somebody else even better. That's just real talk with Rio. I mean, it's an outlet for me too, y'all. Just chopping it up, talking to y'all on the travel space and stuff like that. Because some of us don't get it right. Some of us try to get it right. Some of us just get it totally wrong. You get what you look for. If you're out there looking for bars, looking for hole in the walls, looking for this and that, you're gonna get what you're looking for. That's just it. Y'all know I'm my favorite. My arm's still kind of big. It's a whole lot smaller than they was, though. I ain't gonna lie. I used to have some huge arms, y'all. I used to be kind of big when I used to play ball, college ball, high school football, all that kind of stuff. So, especially when I used to box. Well, when I used to box, I was a little smaller, I think. But yeah, I know it ain't fully summertime. I'm out here popping out with the colors. But if y'all know anything about this old hustler gear I'm wearing, that's the classic right here. If y'all know anything about Benetton, you know what I'm saying? If y'all know anything about Benetton, you know what I'm wearing. All Italian, baby. But not flexing. I'm just saying some people might get it twisted because of all the colors. Don't get it twisted. It's Benetton. That's how Benetton rock. And if you know anything about World Cup racing, if you know anything about Formula One cars, if you know anything about enduro or Euro racing in France, Italy, and all of that, you'll be familiar with Benetton because Benetton sponsors a lot of Formula One cars and IndyCar racing overseas. So that's a little education. But anyway, to be, you have to really be in tune with your life and how you move, in order to make a difference in your situation. If you come to a place thinking that you are God's gift, you don't know the language, you don't know the tradition, then you the God, you God's gift to nothing. Because at the end of the day, you don't know nothing coming to a foreign country. So first understand the lingo, or try to. When you do that, that's half of the battle. But some people go over there thinking, oh, they the they the ish and they can do what they want to do, say what they want to say, treat people any kind of way. Now, yeah, like that video Paul posted, that joint surfaced, and I mean, it's good that he didn't hit her, like really hit her on camera and stuff. And he could have really laid her out. I mean, you can see her with the knife clearly in her hand, stabbing at him and all of that. Man, she could have killed him. But see, that's the kind of stuff that these crash dummies get themselves into. These passport clowns, they get themselves into, not knowing the game, not knowing the rules, not knowing what you need to do, or how you should live your life. If you beat the streets and you talk to people, you try to learn some of the language, you try to be a good person, you know what I'm saying, and try to live your life the best life you can possible, and not be just a passport clown, but actually get out there to learn some of the culture. It ain't just about, I mean, bro, you can go and adventure different countries. You can go out and do, hold on, you can go out and do what you wish, sightseeing or whatever. But at the end of the day, you can't sugarcoat or cover the fact that you still a passport clown. The whole point is I'm even in Thailand and in Amsterdam or Greece, where I've never got on a dating app just to find people. You know, I didn't got invited to Greek weddings. I didn't went to Istanbul. I didn't went to Crete. I didn't went to Santorini. I didn't went to Mykonos. I didn't went to Athens. I done went to the capital. Like I didn't been a lot of places. I didn't know that Greece had over 300 islands, 305 islands that is considered still Greece. So you'll never get to travel all of Greece in your lifetime. You'll never get to do it. I mean, like these people talking about, oh, I didn't go into this country, this country, this country. Nah, bro. When you go to one country, that's not just it. You got countries or cities or islands within countries. Like people make it, they make you think that America is bigger than Africa, and it's not. Africa is huger than the United States. Huge. Wait, it may be. I don't. I mean, I may stand corrected, but it's definitely huger than the U.S. It may be big as North America and South America. Maybe bigger. I'm not sure. I'm gonna do the statistics on it. I'm gonna do the research on it. But Africa is definitely bigger than America. Africa is huge. It's made to look small on the map. Africa is actually bigger than the U.S. Do your research. Do your research. But not just that fun fact. Do your research on life, man, and get to learn yourself before you jump yourself out there. You don't want to be a crash clown. You don't want to be a passport clown. Educate yourself about where you're going. Educate yourself fully about where you're going, and what your motive is for traveling. And a lot of people may not want to hear this because they going with one thing in mind. But live your life with more than just one goal. I mean, because when you do that and you lead with your wallet or lead with a debauched mindset, you're gonna get what you put in. If your mind is all based off of negative stuff and you go for negative reasons, then you're gonna get what you want. You're gonna get it. And you might not make it back home. Your family might be looking for you at the end of the day. I mean, old boy with old girl coming at him with the knife, he could have died that day. All she had to do was hit or nick one major artery, his neck, on his chest, in his leg, Could have bled out in the hallway. Like it's a lot of stuff that could have happened in that whole scenario. We're not looking at it. We're looking at it like, oh wow, but he could have lost his life and is living a certain way and not having a regard for people or having a disrespect for people just because you're in a foreign country. Do you really think that that's the move? It's not. It's not. It really ain't, man. Living your best life, man. Just try to live your best life and do the best you can. Because at the end of the day, y'all, man, we only live once. So what you do with your life is important. What you do every day, what you do every day with your life is important. I mean, and you know, it's a lot of things that we go through every day, stresses, strains, struggles, and all of this. But the best thing you could do is be a good example for some people, man. And with my content, I mean, I try to give you a look of everything. I mean, some pretty sights, um, some views, some vacation stuff, just informational, but definitely don't want you to be a passport clown. I mean, and and I say that I be joking and stuff just for the YouTube and stuff, calling people passport clowns. It's not that they're clowns dressed up with a big nose and red hair, nothing like that, but their actions are clownish, foolish, foolery, stupidity, ignorant, or based on stupidity, ignorance. And ignorance just means not knowing or not understanding or not comprehending. So when you're getting educated and you don't pay attention to education, I don't have to travel to 38 countries, 40 countries, 50 countries just to tell you how it is to be a man in a foreign country or foreign land. That's just real talk. You know what I mean? If you can't be 10 toes in the US and you don't have problems in the US, what make you think, I mean, if you don't have problems in the US, I'm gonna say this, you may not have problems overseas. And the key word I said may not. Because once you get there, everything else is up to you. How you move, everything else is up to you. But it's like you live and you learn. And we all make mistakes. We're not perfect. Um, Nobody's perfect. Because if they was, then this would be a whole perfect society, a whole perfect world. Everything would be Gucci. But it's not. So we see that we all gonna have challenges, encounters, whether good, whether bad, but we can dictate how those things could come out. We can produce an outcome um, that's either positive or negative. It's all based on how we react and how we do things. So we might want to watch how we act, watch how we move, because if you're going somewhere, go for the right reasons, not for the wrong ones. At the end of the day, I don't know. It's like I just want to make sure I make good content for y'all to feel, for y'all to like, for y'all to enjoy, and not just thinking negative of me as an individual because that's what's important to me too. You know what I'm saying? Like how I'm perceived. I mean, I don't want to be perceived as a passport bro or a passport clown because that's not what I am. I don't want to be perceived as a passport crash out. A passport, you know, a crash out clown. You know what I mean? Getting on here crying about a female, getting on here, getting clowned by so called friends that call me up and and basically clown you. But I mean, it is what it is. Life is what it is. It's sad to say, some people fall into that trap of not changing their way of viewing things or not changing their lifestyle. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to think outside the box. Like a lot of people get tired. I think Paul brought that out too. It's like, yeah, people get tired of traveling and tired of doing this and tired of doing that. It's because their life isn't fulfilled. They're not doing anything to fulfill their life. All they doing is living a debauched life or just running around, running around, running around, running around. If we were created to have a mate, if a woman was created to have a mate, And that's even with those, like Paul mentioned, even with 304s, they got some of them got souls. They got souls, and that's crazy because some of them be wanting a real relationship because they've been used to being in the street so much, and they think that that's their job. They could be really pretty, a really attractive 304 out in a foreign country. They still want a relationship. And they looking at their job as a job, and they want you to accept their job as their job, but they want you to love them for them, and yet let them still go and make their money the way they've been making their money because they feel like it's a job. They feel like it's a job, yo. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, it really is crazy. I mean, to think about, and I would say, and I say it again, is how can someone, you know, do that life like that, live their life like that, and really have a productive, loving relationship or a relationship with real feelings? Just think of how much they have to numb themselves to do the job that they consider a job. Look at how they have to numb themselves to do that type of work every day and every night in the club. Think about it, y'all. It's just real talk. And then they want a stable relationship. How is that mentally acceptable? How is that mentally balanced? How can you find a balance between reality and fantasy in that kind of situation? How can you find a balance with reality and relationship? I don't even know which one will be first. Is the reality that they're 304 the reality, and the relationship is a fantasy? Because if their work supersedes their relationship, then they're never going to have a productive relationship. Did I just say that? Don't that make sense? It's scary because you wish the best for everybody. And 304s need love too, but to accept it and you to be the individual that's on the end of wanting to be in a relationship with them, that's treading on dangerous ground. If you think about it, I mean, come on, man. I mean, think about it, even in the old pimp movies, Huggy Bear and Shaft and all that. Guess what their mottos was? Even in even in old Hustle and Flow, what would he say? Hoes need love too. 304s need love too. But is it love? It's like they want to be happy, but they're so used and trained and conditioned to a way of life that they don't know what real love is. Oh man, only real love they know is probably off a movie. Let's keep it real, man. Or they hoping that they get out here and get with somebody that's a multi-millionaire or what have you, and he just takes her out of the game and she lives happily ever after. And a lot of times that just don't happen. So in a sense, I feel for him. In a sense, I know a couple that I'm cool with. I know a couple that I met. Um, that I'm cool with. I wanted to do a documentary. I got some footage, just talking to them and stuff like that, and you know, all of that. Like it's just real talk. Not trying to blow them up or nothing like that, but it's tough. Like when you think about it, what's love to a 304, a working 304? What's love? If it's not really about, to them, it's a job, it's a career. Think about that. If it's a career to them, how could you fall in love when the career is being a 304? How can a how can you tell if it's love or just opportunity? So just don't be a crash clown. Don't be a crash out clown. Don't be a passport clown. Those are things to look at, man, and really consider about how you view things and view your life. And my thing is, if this can touch one person to get them to look and understand, that's cool. Just be easy, be you. At the end of the day, just be easy, be you. You'll save yourself a whole lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I can't, people gonna be people. They're gonna do what they want to do. But for those who do want to listen, here you go. It is what it is. But it's your boy rolling with Rio, just checking in, saying what's up. And in between time and meantime, just be easy, be you.